There was incident called 16th April 2024. I hope you remember that. 16th April, what had happened is there was a massive flood-like situation in Dubai, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how people see it. People saw it as devastation. I saw it a very clear purpose, very clear signal from the so-called nature that we can't take it for granted. My eventual goal is to evolve as an ecosystem wherein I'm able to provide R3 services to everyone. Electronics is like melting ice, okay? But as long as there's a fizzle, so it's always useful. Eventually electronics will die down. But what happens if you're extending the life cycle of it? I really wish at some stage the manufacturers also start to think for the environment, which I believe will not happen because the race is all GDP.
Very, very important question here is if an old device is like completely just be destroyed, is there any way that can be used as raw material to create new new manufacturing?
See, you would have heard about EPR. So EPR is like wherein manufacturers are responsible for recycling. So EPR has been there, I think probably 22, 23 countries, and it has been launched even in UAE. So what it means is you as a manufacturer, let's say you are the Apple manufacturer, so it is your responsibility to also take back equal amount of electronics which you are selling in the market. So that is a bit challenging. Even manufacturers are now responsible or will be held accountable to promote the sustainability. However, I have a difference of opinion. It is not just manufacturers' fault, it is also consumers. So I think the load has to be there between the manufacturers and the consumer, but it's a very good initiative which UAE government is taking in terms of promoting the sustainability. Though there are not much of manufacturers here, so we have to see that how it happens. But coming back to your original question is like if the device is completely dilapidated, it's crushed, no use, you don't see that any hope in it. So, but if you can dismantle it, take the metal out, take the plastic out, and take if there's a battery, get the rare earth metal out and make the new battery with that. So that itself is the ideal solution. So that's what we trying to say, that zero waste is very important. How to reach the zero waste? If you can make it circular, you produce it, consumer consumes it, and it reaches to a level. I'm not talking about reuse part. It reaches to a level where it can't be reused. So further it gets further dismantled, and all those useful parts get further reused by the companies.
Ultimately, if we see what we're trying to do, like when we say protect the earth, what does that actually mean? Is number one, the manufacturers, or like let's just say we as humans should not dig more those ores from the earth so that we can protect the planet. That's one way, right? So what does that essentially mean? Produce less. Isn't that true? We're trying to somehow affect reduce the amount of production so that we can protect the planet.
In a way, you're right. Rather, I would not say produce less. Rather, I would say produce smart, because see, they will always, as long as we are humans, and I think we are not turning anything else. So, as long as they are humans, so they always will have the fight towards achieving supremacy. And I think all said and done, they always want to measure in terms of numbers, we call GDP. So even though if I wish that if there were no GDP figure rather than human values, but it will not happen. Even in the next 50, 100 years, it will still be there, because that's how the world is. But what we are trying to do, slowly as a current, where we are trying to awaken the community, and we call it, right now you can call that as a BFFC, wherein we are connecting, we are trying to collaborate. It's at very nascent stage, and that's why it is very essential to find out what is missing, and this is what we are trying to figure it out. And as I said, since I'm trying to create an ecosystem has equal importance to have right kind of people. So you are very important, and so on and so forth. Lots of people are important. Creating an awareness, I think that's where the solution would be. Solution is not in the hands of CEO of Apple, or solution is not in the hands of CEO of Samsung, and so on and so forth.
Well,
Solution always in the hands
I
of
mean,
people.
it's both. It's both. I mean,
Not really, not really.
So
if you don't buy, if
yeah.
you don't buy,
if
they
you
will not
don't buy,
produce.
then they will not produce.
They will not produce.
Right. But
And why would you buy? Because they have superior product. They've got all the geniuses which comes from the top colleges, sits and think and create the future.
So the superior products or innovation in technology, coming up with new things, is very, very important and inevitable, right? Like that's why we are humans.
That will happen, yeah. That will happen.
Nobody can stop the growth of the innovation that we have. But the question then is that how can we harm the planet less while producing new, and how can we harm the planet less by dumping less waste into this, like plastic we say, right? Like the damages of dumping plastic on this planet is irreversible. So on the production side, what we take from Mother Earth, and on the destruction side, what we dump on Mother Earth, these are the two things overall. Like if you zoom out and look at it from a human perspective, these are the two things that we need to control and manage, right?
Yeah. I think lots of things already happening. I think, as I said, especially being in UAE, I see that they are taking quite a lot of good steps towards minimizing waste. Like say waste to energy plant, you would have seen that if you have the waste, you can burn it and you can create energy which you can further consume it.
Or even like how in fashion there is a trend that if a fashion brand says these products are made from recycled material, right? Even paper, stationeries, when we see things which are recycled materials, we would love to buy that because we want to contribute towards that, right? So it has become a trend. So do you see a hope somewhere? Do you have hope somewhere that one day phones or gadget companies will say this gadget is made from recycled material, 80% recycled material or something?
I think they already say that. Apple say that. I think this trend will grow, and I believe that as we are becoming technologically advanced, and so there are certain brands which they don't upgrade themselves, they can keep upgrading the software bit of it. As I said, solution lies in being responsible. So being responsible as a producer, as a manufacturer, and being responsible as a consumer. And I think this all will happen through a self-awareness. As long as you're aware, you can always make a difference. But if you're not aware, you cannot do anything.
In terms of the consumption part, right? What's the general statistics on how often does a person change their phone?
Oh, that's a good one. I think depends on the. People say that in general people always change their devices once in 2 years.
Yeah.
But I think different category of people change it differently. So people who are affluent, category, they would love to change every year, and they want to be the first to showcase that okay, I've got new phone, or if there's some fashion going on, I've got new watch. There's some bag, they say I've got new bag. If there's a car, say I've got the first car. Yeah. So there are always people who wants to someone to sit and clap or sit and I think that they will always be there. Expecting them to be aware about the saving environment, it's a bit hard. But I think and this is where our kind of movement, I would call it, requires lots and lots of engagement, lots and lots of awareness, and lots of participation, and by doing things. And this is where I see the R3 factory can be the doer part. I'm not trying to say that only we are the one who has committed to save the earth. Like me, there are millions of people who wants to change and who have got similar thought process. As you said, like now, if some items are made using the reused item, it has got much more bigger appeal. But to tell you honestly, like in terms of commercials, still people don't really understand that.
I think we're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there. Yeah, I'm saying the journey has just started. It has not really picked up the momentum.
But mark my words. In a few years, like today, it's all about GDP and who can produce more and revenue more, right? We will reach a point, and I hope we will soon reach a point where it's all about who can be more sustainable, who has lowest the e-waste and the lowest this. So it's all it. We will eventually reach that point,
I
because
think
the ultimate aim will be to
we are very
save
close.
the
I
planet.
think see, the AI wave which is happening now, I see that's very good for humanity. People still don't understand that how AI will change life. I believe that if it is all done with a set of people who are positive and done responsibly, so it will all go back to the culture, right? And culture means like how do we look after each other, how do we look after our parents, how do we look after our kids, right? That's what the culture is. And how do we work with our co-workers. So eventually, because that's something which machine cannot do, everything else machines can do. So I hope you can see, I'm saying this will happen maybe next 5-10 years time. So culture will
Sorry, I didn't see the connection. So how will AI help in building that?
So for example, if you see that anything which is very common. So earlier calculation, bigger multiplication was very daunting task, and when calculator came in, become easy, and everybody can do the calculation. Today, if you have to write good English, anybody can write good English. Earlier, you have to read the grammar and you have to use this book and that book and still go to internet. But after the AI coming in, and it itself is able to write, and you can write in any tone you want. You want to write like yourself, you want to write like someone else, so on and so forth. You want to complicate the words, everything is possible. So language is not a barrier anymore. Earlier, even to do translation, you've got big paragraph, so then you have to know the know the other language, but that is all gone. So it means that something which you felt like a knowledge is no more knowledge. It becomes like a calculator. You can easily do it. So what will remain? What our machines cannot do, right? I believe the repair part of it, what I'm into, I think probably is that still would be done at least for next 20-25 years, until the manufacturer wakes up and say, I think repairs can be further be automated. I can't see that, to tell you honestly, because the way manufacturers are making the device as if it can't be upgraded, right? Only Motorola tried doing it by having the Moto mod, wherein they tried plugging in and trying to make the model always ready. That was very very ambitious thoughts they had, and I think I would appreciate them. But somewhat this world doesn't appreciate good things. In fact, there are laptop manufacturing companies where you can keep on upgrading it without having to buy newer ones. So they have made it like a very modular where you can assemble it yourself. But those things require tons of money to get promoted. So as I said, it is like a very silent thing. We have to talk more. I think thankfully you're doing this podcast, so I'm sure at least hearing me, there will be thousands of people who would also listen and understand, and they will have their viewpoint. It has to grow. So responsibility not only lies with the manufacturer, it also lies between person like me and you.
Yeah. So as consumers, one thing we spoke about is how often do we change our phone?
Yeah.
And guys who are watching, just maybe mention in the comment, let us know how soon do you change your phone, because this I think can help us understand. And I think this is one of the things you're trying to change, right? Where if someone is changing their phone every year, let them change it at least every 2 years or 3 years, so that we extend the lifestyle, right? I mean, extend the life cycle.
I think we are at the tipping point of the whole revolution, and I would say that the artificial intelligence is that tipping point. What it means is everything is going software. So be it making a movie now, making movie is no more difficult. You can take photograph of your childhood and you can still make a movie out of it, and you would feel as if like you are there. So making a movie, writing good English, making a song, writing a code, think of the work which humans do. These are things humans do. Creating a content, making a digital thing, and even going to a level where you can cook, right? So everything is happening. And I said, next 5 years time, you will see more of humanoids, human robots will be there. So
Cooking?
what would human do? Humans will do what they are good at. So as I said, the collaboration, society, looking after kids. I believe that this tipping point, where it will go, I don't know. People say that, okay, this world will collapse because if they're good people, they're also equally bad people. So they can also use the same technology to set off, create destruction, and that happens. I think that's how humans have been surviving. But I think one day hope that they gain the wisdom that what's the point in fighting with each other, rather spread the love, create what you're good at, and
Yeah, I think,
get the
I mean,
rest.
technology, like be it AI or be it, machine learning, there are different parts of it, and it's still, they're all still tools, and it all depends on the user, right? How we use it, or who controls it, and how we use it. Now, but if we look at the from a consumer perspective, and from for sustainability, right? Mobile usage is one thing. What else can individuals do, in your opinion? What are the things that we should do as individuals to be more sustainable?
Nothing can change just the self-awareness, because even the taste of people are also changing. So earlier there was a device, I'm just forgetting the name, where you don't have to look at the screen and you ask, and I think it was done by some ex-Apple guy, and you get the response, right? In fact, so you see that more of accessories and wearables will, become a...
I think even Ray-Ban Meta, right? That has that thing that you're wearing it, and you just say, "Hey Meta, what am I looking at?" and it will explain.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think the accessories will increase. I think sooner or later, people will also drift away from phone. And is it my fear? No, it's not my fear, but it will happen, because I think you cannot stop the surge. And look at even on the search engine side, look at Google never thought that they'll face so much of competition from newcomers like ChatGPT. I think it's big. People don't search anymore on Google. Like people, whatever search you see, and now they're pushing hard to get the Gemini, and they still live in legacy system where.
So and even that is now, like, if you search something, instead of Google giving the internet results, before that it also says Gemini gives you the AI results.
But I think, as I said, it's always there. If you build a behemoth like Google, and you have ruled the world, people call it a search mafia, right? And suddenly people change, right? So nowadays people don't talk about, when it comes to top technology, people say, okay, ChatGPT. People talk about DeepSeek, right? People talk about Perplexity, right? And Apple and Google is somewhat going behind. I'm not saying that they will be, because they are still a giant. They have got lots of cash. So I think if they get the awakening, probably they will change. Otherwise, so lots of things are changing. So hence I'm saying that we are in a time where the speed of change is so massive, and we are reaching towards the homogeneity. I think we are making the technology as homogeneous. As I said, writing good English is no more a skill. Creating good flyer is no more a skill. It's just matter of prompt, right? So asking the right set of questions is very important.
Even movies. I mean, there will soon. I think there are discussions that there will be a movie 100% created by AI.
Correct.
The whole movie.
See, I think whatever we see, you always think that we grew eating dal chawal, right? And then we consumed TV, then we got into mobile phone. So these things became normal for us. Using laptops at office, at work, analyzing data became normal for us. Drawing inspiration became normal. So lots of things which we keep doing day in, day out, that become normal for us. But that all is getting challenged now, right? And I personally feel it is all for good. It is giving humans more time to do more valuable things. And I feel that if it is all done correctly, I may be too optimistic about it, but I think if it is all done with the right intention, probably humans will be more happier than ever before.
If that's the positive scenario.
Yeah, I think I don't want to think negative. I think so.
Yeah.
There's only positive. I think I'm not saying the Earth will collapse and let's go to Mars. Sorry,
No.
Elon is trying to do that, but I think
Yeah.
I don't think even we understand the Earth properly. So there's no understanding at all. We think that we know it, but there's almost nothing. Even if we look around, we don't understand our fellow humans. Forget about knowing the whole Earth. So we don't understand even ourselves. So the understanding of us, what goes around, is not there. So what we're trying to achieve.
Yeah.
So it's all about self-awareness, and I think sustainability, self-awareness, community is very important. My goal, as I said, to evolve as an ecosystem. What does the ecosystem mean? I don't know. But one thing I can say, that technology solution is the one way of achieving it, but eventually awakening the society towards it.
Yeah.
This is
So
what I
what are some
feel.
practical things that people can do? People who are watching this now, they say, okay, tell us, Mukulji, what we should do, we'll do. What are the top two, three things?
As simple as that. Like, say, as I said, your electronics is like a melting ice. The longer you keep, it will not have any resale value. So if something gets broken, get it fixed. And unfortunately, in our society, in general, not only repair is something like orphan child. Nobody likes about it. I've been into service center for many years. My first job was, I started as a quality control technician. From day one, I've been testing mobile phones, and later I ended up setting up the Nokia's largest repair factory in India. And there we had 250 people, and we used to repair 40,000 phones a month. But these all are history. Right? Nobody talks about Nokia. I don't remember, I still have very vivid memory of how the whole setup was done, but people don't understand that brand is gone. But one thing remained constant was repair part of it. So we used to repair Nokia, and then we still repair Apple, and it will go on and on and on, right? So repairing is very important. Don't keep anything which is defective just aside of it. And if you feel it is a waste, rather than keeping it in a drawer, because you have a fear that, okay, somebody will steal your data, work with people who give you assurance the data will be wiped out. And that is where, like us and like few other players, they ensure and they guarantee that if if data can't be wiped out, we ensure that your data part gets drilled, so it will not fall in the wrong hand. So you have to always work with people who are credible in the market, and this is what credible solution which we are trying to create.
Got it. Mukulji, thank you so much for for the tips and the journey. Is there anything concluding thoughts?
Yeah, I think on the last statement. So something is broken, fix it. Something which you are not using, sell it. And so don't keep so much devices around you, because if you're having 5 mobile phones with you, it means you're using only one, and 4 of it is just lying idle. So better you sell it, because it will minimize the need for producing those 4 if all the 4s are usable. So see it from that point of view. And as R3 factory, our goal is that not to give invoice, rather also tell you how much impact you have made. So every time when you repair something, every time when you repair or sell something, or even buy the used, you always help the earth in terms of minimized carbon dioxide emission. You minimize the usage of electricity, usage of water, and you minimize the weightage. So that's what our goal is eventually, that every single customers of ours don't just get job card, don't just get invoice, also get to see the progress report. And that's why it is very important to evolve the ecosystem, because if R3 factory can do it all, R3 factory will fail. But if R3 factory can work with other people in the market, it is definitely going to work, and it will work for everybody.
Yeah. So I think the one message that I would like, a practical action that I would suggest everybody do today is, while you're watching this now, look in your house, look at all the devices, all the gadgets, see how many gadgets are unused, old, that you don't want to use anymore. Take them to R3 factory. R3 factory is located in
we are based in Abu Hail for now, and you can always reach out to us online.
The website.
And it's not just right now, it's not just R3 factory, there are other companies too, but I think yes, you can always reach out to us, and we will definitely be able to useful to you. So for us, it's very important. Our business principle is always, we always say that we are, we do credible job, and I think customer has to say that how credible they felt.
Yeah.
So it's very important to work with people who are credible, who will not steal your data, your data will not fall in the wrong hand, or who will not pay you the fair price. It's very difficult word, Sachin. I think, but we're trying to do our bit.
So data part is there, and also like my personal experience, I'll share with you this one incident, or I had an OnePlus 7T Pro. You've seen my phone, the one that I changed the screen. I came to you and changed the screen, and I decided one day that I want to sell this, and I packed it, like put an ad, packed everything, kept it ready for the seller. When I looked at the box, I changed my mind. I said, you know what, this is so dear to me, and the phone is so beautiful, the box and everything. This is this OnePlus 7T Pro McLaren edition, masterpiece. I called the guy, and he was already on his way to my place to collect it. I said, don't come, I'm not selling it. He offered me double the price, and I said, no, I'm not selling it for emotional reasons. So what I'm trying to say is there are cases where we don't sell because of emotional reasons. So I think that can be still, we appreciate the sentiments of people, but if you're just not...
You got attached to it. I think attachment was... I don't know whether you still attached to it. You're still keeping it.
I still have it, yes.
Okay. It's like a melting ice. Value must have got eroded.
Yeah. It's just that like instead of buying a new phone, I wanted a second phone. Instead of buying a new phone, I just started using this one.
Yeah.
So that's, I think the clear message here is, repair, renew, reuse, rather than buying new and increasing consumption.
Yeah. I think the industry is complex, and I think having a better understanding, having a keen eye to know what is going on is very important. And as I said, we always find solution.
Yeah.
You don't need to find R3 factory around you. You can always find solution. I would love to help you to be part of your R3 journey, but we all should follow the R3 journey. As I said, for everybody is a very different take. Let's say you are Emirates Airlines, you want to upgrade yourself, and you still want to minimize the waste. So you want to be the best and still make an impact. This is for you. You're the manufacturer, you want to push new and you want to buy back. This is for you. You are the end customer who is using it. You want to upgrade yourself. This is for you. So sustainability is actually for everyone. And if we do it properly, it will reach to a zero waste. Manufacturer will be happy because they can sell more. Companies can save more. So everybody is a winner. I think this is a very fantastic business.
Absolutely.
I think it's such a great business which we are in, and I hope that it all happens the way we think.
You're doing great, Mukulji. You're like, with R3 Factory and the way you're going. And I like that your purpose is beyond the business that you're doing. So you're not telling customers, just come to me. You're saying, just, reduce your e-waste, go wherever. If there is a competition, go to competition. I don't mind because your main thing is to protect the planet. That's beautiful. And thank you so much once again for sharing your thoughts and your journey with us. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you, Sachin, for giving me this opportunity, and I hope that it really works out for everyone.
Thank you.